Anime has always been a unique subject in the public eye, even in the Americas, and over the years it's only become even more popular, and let's be honest, why shouldn't it be?
Do you like action? Do you like romance? Do you love shit getting blown up in over-the-top bouts of emotion and power? Then anime is for you!
Anime is a term used for animation or cartoons from Japan, but don't let the kawaii girls and the adorable animal sidekicks deceive you. These shows often handle pretty mature themes and crude content. Japanese animation took off around the 1940s. After World War II, Japan was left beaten and in need of some serious uplifting. And with manga and anime, the people were both entertained and inspired. A lot of anime success can be attributed to a man named Osamu Tezuka. Dr. Tezuka is regarded as the godfather of anime. He sold his manga for cheap in his youth to lift the spirits of his people and heal the bitter wounds of war. This enabled him to go on to make his own studio. His show Astro Boy was the first popular anime series, and his later franchise Jungle Emperor was the first anime in color to appear in the United States of America. Actually, it's Dr. Tezuka who inspired me to become a comic artist as well, although I'm hardly as good as he. Over the years, anime has changed, just as any kind of animation would. It has its tropes and attributes, its ups and downs, though in recent years certain tropes have become a little extreme. Anime has a few characteristics it's known for, but in recent years I think many have gone a little too far. For one, the over-sexualization in anime, or fan service, has been an element since the 1960s, although it was very limited back then compared to today. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the curvaceous beauty of a woman as much as the next guy, but once that becomes really your only form of humor, the joke gets old.
Oh no. That explosion ripped my clothes in a silly and scandalous manner. Oh my, what a curious camera angle. I'm just drawn this way!
It's pretty funny when you realize just how taboo sex is in actual Japanese society compared to their media. I guess it isn't all that bad, some shows do it pretty well, especially the ecchi anime. And I can't deny I do enjoy a little tease every now and then. It's when it isn't actually a woman though that really pisses me off. I, of course, refer to traps. A trap, as I'm sure we all know by now, is either a male or a female, but appears physically or dresses as the opposite. They're literally freaking everywhere. This joke was funny at first, but good lord, every show has one, if not multiple.
I'm sorry you think I'm a pretty and unbelievably sexy girl, but the truth I'm
an Apache helicopter!
Like seriously, why are over-sexualized feminine things what we enjoy about anime now instead of epic robot battles, cool trainable monster allies, and highly exaggerated martial arts? Come, my fellow otakus, let's stop being darling in the Franxx, and go back to being literally anything else, because that show makes no goddamn sense. Older anime to me are far more interesting. They lasted longer for one thing, had lessons in the story, and were just more fun. Sure, they could be just as pervy and gorish as modern shows, but those things weren't what the show was about. They weren't the focus. When I watch a lot of the newer shows, I either get depressed or start having impure thoughts. Now, not all modern anime are like this, of course. I've seen quite a few good ones recently. But is this really the direction we want to go in, guys? I'm not saying we have to get rid of these tropes, but if they are overused, what's the point of the show other than boobs and blood? All that is a really weird porno.